Welcome to A Safe Place with Ellen. Today we're going to talk about how to heal after experiencing domestic violence and sexual assault. I want to start off by saying that the healing process, it's a long process. It's not an easy process, but today we're going to talk about some things to look for, some ways to help us through healing with domestic violence and sexual assault. One of the big things that we have to look for is recognizing triggers. And we've talked about triggers before, but it's recognizing triggers when you can be alone, you can be with other people. Triggers can be smells, it can be places, it can actually be people, things, music can be a trigger. And when I say recognize triggers, what will happen is you'll know if you know your trigger, you'll know, oh, maybe I shouldn't go there, or I know this is going to happen because this is a trigger. This place smells a certain way. I was here when certain things might have happened. That's recognizing your triggers, because when you're triggered, the anxiety is going to get high. You're going to be so nervous. You could even be angry and not really realize why you're experiencing these sudden emotions, this sudden flow of emotions that's going to go through you. It's because you're around a trigger. You're around something that reminds you of the trauma that you've experienced. And in recognizing those triggers, we can learn about, this is what happens, so I'm expecting it. So you can start your deep breathing. You can start your grounding techniques. You can start the things that's going to help you get through this process. The more you recognize them, the more you're going to be able to gain control of them. Another aspect of healing through our trauma is embracing our new and freeing life, meaning our life has changed, and that's the way it is. We have to realize that it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel, alone. And I'm going to say this, and those who get it, you'll get it. You may still be in love with this person who abused you through domestic violence, and you've left him, but you're still going to have feelings. You're still going to have some of this. It's just getting over. It's kind of like breaking up when you were younger. You're going to have those feelings. It's okay. Don't feel guilty because he did all these, or she did all of these things to me, but I still feel for him. It is okay. That's kind of what's embracing your new life. We've got to look at it, feel it, and then just figure out ways to work through it. Some ways to work through it is to you can get professional help. You can, may have friends, have a good positive social support. That's going to help you through this. And what I'm hoping at some point is that we can talk to what may be your social support. And these are the things that a person who is supporting someone through domestic violence might want to do and might not want to do to help you through this trauma. Just remember, those that are helping you through this trauma, they may not really hit the nail on the head when they're trying to help, and it's going to hurt more, but just know that these people love you and they want you to come through the other side. Remember, this is your new life, and you can do and feel any way you want in this life, and surround yourself with positive people. Some other things that you can do: stay positive, use positive affirmations, stay busy, start an exercise regimen, walk your dog. Anything to take your mind off the trauma is a good thing. So surround yourself, once again, with supportive people. I do want to say, if you're around people that aren't lifting you up and that aren't helping you through this process, you don't have to get angry and I'm no longer going to be around those people. Just recognize that those people might not have the skills that you need right now to help you through this. And if that's the case, I welcome whoever is out there that needs help. And even if their social support people need help, call away. Ask for me. We will help you get through this as well. I kind of threw two things in there at once: embrace your new life, and you might need a helping hand or two. Well, they do go, no pun intended, hand in hand. We all need help. We all need that all important social support. It doesn't matter what kind of trauma you're going through, we do need that social support, and it's okay. It's probably scary because you may not want a lot of people to know what your trauma is, and of course you have to disclose some of that trauma to get the help that you need. Never feel ashamed. Don't feel it's your fault. Know that with domestic violence and sexual assault, no means no. People do not get to put their hands on you. Know that none of this is your fault. One of the things that goes to the first topic we talked about, safety first. And you get away from your abuser. You are away from your rapist, for lack of a better word, your rapist. So your safety first, because when we're in a safe place and we can, kind of de-escalate, then we're able to make better decisions. We're able to think about the whole process, and you're calm enough to be able to think about your plan, to make a plan to be safe. Once you're out of those situations, what I would suggest, because we're going to talk about triggers, staying away from the abuser. It's hard. I'm not going to say at times. I know women, it is very hard, because it goes back to that thing that we were talking about. Yes, these things happen. They make it feel like it's your fault and that you have to fix them, and that you're the reason that these things happen. So if it's my fault, then I've got to fix it. And the only way I can fix it is to be around them, support them. That's how we feel as women when we're in this situation. But staying away from them, because he's absolutely the biggest trigger you're ever going to have. Staying away from them, it keeps your mind clear. Because when you start interacting, two things: you're giving him the thought that I'm going to come back into this situation. So you're kind of giving him some of your power. Remember, power and control. So you're in control and you have your own power now. You've left. You've done the things that you need to do. So keeping in contact, you're kind of giving them back some of that power. And the Facebook thing, because what's the first thing we do when we break up? We start the Facebook thing. And you may do it, and I'm so not judging you. I'm saying it's not a real good idea. But if you do it and you do come across these things, you're going to start feeling all of those feelings we talked about when you're triggered. And then you'll see that he is a trigger. His Facebook page is a trigger. All of the things that are connected with him or her are triggers. And they're just going to kind of maybe put you back a step or two. Doesn't mean you have to stay there. It's just going to set you back. And you're going to come right back to where you need to be, because you're going to have support. You're going to get unconditional support from family and friends, and even professional counselors. Come to me, come to the shelter, go to the outreach if you need services, because we will definitely give unconditional support. When we talk about safety first, and I just mentioned our outreach program, we have them in 4 counties. We have them in Raleigh County, Fayette County, Nicholas County, and Summers County. What I want to say to those of you who are listening or watching, you may not be ready to leave, okay? You may not have all your ducks in a row, which is okay. But if you're thinking about it, call develop a plan for you that's going to help you exit whatever situation you're in a timely fashion for you. Always call 911 if you're in danger. I do have to say that. But if you're making a plan, call them. They will help you with how to get to doctor's appointments safely. They will help you plan an exit, as such as getting materials together and such things that you might need, like your birth certificate, your social security card, making sure that you have your driver's license and those things. And if you don't, and you can't get those because he or she has them, they will help you refile and get them. So know that you're never alone. Reach out, because there are programs out there. We will help you through the whole process to your new and free life. In healing after domestic violence and sexual assault, one thing I want to leave you with is it's going to take a while. It is a process. And if we take one day at a time, and in that day, one moment, and just we get through that day. We get through that day the best we can, and then we start another day tomorrow. And then we start another day. And before you know it, we have a week. And that's a big deal. You guys know that's a big deal. So the process will be slow, and I'm not going to tell you that you're going to be the same person that you were prior to this trauma, but you are going to be a better person. You're going to get through this. You're going to make it, and you are truly going to have that new and free life that we talk about. You're going to make your own decisions. You're going to do your own things. You're going to learn so many things through this process. And you know what I truly believe, once you do and you get through this process, you're going to help other people. You're going to help other women in this situation. That's just the way it is. And I can truly say that women help other women. We want to. We know what it's like. And it's harder if you're just talking about, but if you've experienced it, then you are the kind of people that other women need. And just know that, because if we don't talk about it, if we don't put it out there, there are going to be people who don't understand, who can't help other people. And, the more we talk about it, the more it's out there, the more the public knows. The more the public knows, the more people get help. So hang in there.